Welcome back to another episode of Across the Bifrost. This is Dr. Norbert, waiting outside of an emo barbershop for my co-host.
What? What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, here I have been waiting. We're late to record because you needed to get your coiffeur straightened out.
Listen, I had my hair cut. It happens once every 6 months, maybe, but I did it. Yeah,
the fringe. Though the fringe
it's been a long time since I've had an emo haircut, at least not since the MySpace days, I don't think. But anyway, you're aging us.
Actually, your hair, you want to be aged. Your hair typically, when you lube it up, looks exactly like the hair that Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes looks like. His hair.
Oh, really? I'm googling that.
Calvin Hobbes is such a soft spot in my heart for that comic strip.
The second time you brought this
yeah, I know, but I mean your hair, you got. See,
there's a bit of that.
Yeah,
does that mean you Hobbes?
Probably.
You could be Hobbes. All right, we can be the Calvin and Hobbes of MCP.
Anyway,
Speaking
of animals,
there's no way. Hang on. Actually, that was a good segue. I ruined your segue. I'm going to quickly jump in. There's nothing I hate more in an MCP podcast than the host talking about themselves. So let's move on.
Is that right?
We're here to talk about little plastic superheroes.
I love.
We're here to talk about little plastic superheroes and animals.
Today we're going to finish off the second half of the Monsters box, which is CP245. Jamie, yeah. I'm sure you've been waiting to hear.
Yeah. And
we're going to start with Werewolf by Night. Now, this has got to be one of the best alias names that these very, very high on life Marvel creators were doing in the 60s or whatever this guy was made. Werewolf by Night's alias is Jack Russell.
Very good. Yeah. Very fitting, seeing that you called me the other day to talk about your dog. We're on dog theme
that's
right now.
Yeah, we're doing the dog thing for the last couple of days. All right.
Yeah.
He is on a 50 millimeter base, so a medium-sized base, and his stats are 4 physical, 4 energy, and 2 mystic. He's got 7 hit points on both sides of his card. He is size 3, he moves medium, and he's a 5 threat. Just occurred to me that he's got only 2 mystic. I wonder kind of where that justification comes from.
2 mystic. If you try and justify what mystic defense means in this game, you'll be here for ages. 2 mystic, fair enough.
Yeah. So, but a 5 threat. What do you think of those stats for 5 threat?
Oh, I didn't realize it was a 5 threat. 5 threat with 2 mystic defense. That is rough. That is real rough. But yeah, 4/4/2, 7 health. Not bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. I think it's okay.
Yeah.
It's a little rough. I've played him now a couple times in Midnight Suns. And it's a little rough squeezing another 5 thread in there for some of the other things that you want to put in. But and so let's see if he's kind of worth the 5 thread.
Yeah. Where's this guy? Is he only affiliated to Midnight Suns?
Oh, I should have said that. Yes, he is only Midnight Suns.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right. So he's got 2 attacks. One is a physical one called Savage Slash. It is range 3, 6 power, 6 dice, no power. It's his builder, so he gets power equal to the damage dealt. Also, after the attack is resolved, if he dealt damage, the target character gains bleed, which is kind of useful in Midnight Suns. Yeah?
Yeah. Nice.
And he also has a wild leap trigger. Before damage is dealt, you place this character within one of the target characters. So that's the same as Beast, isn't it?
Yes. Much maligned. Is that a word?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's really hard to predict because it's on a wild, so you might not get it if you really want it. And if you don't want it and you get a wild, you're going to place. There's just no May. So yeah, people complain about that quite a lot on Beast. So yeah, it's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky. Guaranteed places are amazing. You've seen Logan. We love it on Angel as well. But yeah, on a wild, this is quite unpredictable.
Yeah. But range 3, 6 dice is quite good. I think that's fair for a 5 threat. And giving out bleed is really handy when you have Blade looking for bleeds, or even if you're playing Dracula as a splash.
Yeah, nice. That's cool.
Yeah. Okay, his other attack is also physical. It's called Lethal Lycanthrope. This is only range 2, 7 dice, costs 3. After the attack is resolved, if the target character is size 3 or less, you can throw it away short. And if he gets a hit trigger, he gets Curse of the Wolf. After the attack is resolved, the target character gains the bleed and hex special conditions.
Pretty cool.
Don't
Guaranteed throw is great.
Yes, always good. It's a way, so it's not as flexible, but that's not, you can work around that typically. The hit is also not so hard to trigger, and you get bleed and hex. Bleed again is quite helpful in Midnight Suns and perhaps other places, and hex is always appreciated. So
Hex
and
is
it only
great.
costs
Hex
3.
is a very underused condition, by the way. Hex is very good because it's good.
You know, it's funny. You see, when Doctor Strange first came out, Doctor Strange 1, you saw Hex quite a bit because of his leadership and other things. But since then, those days, it's kind of gone away.
Yeah, Hex is great because, you know, people love Incinerate because it reduces your defenses, right? And this Hex kind of does that, not quite as effectively, but quite kind of does that, but also works on dodges and attacks. So Hex is pretty great. I think, you know, definitely one of the top 3 conditions to give out.
Yep. And I was going to say, it's only power 3. We've seen some of these spenders being more like power 4 cost. So this is quite good. Shorter range, of course, but it's not the end of the world. The question is, it's like, you know, when do you choose this one over the builder? And I feel like it's only if you really want that throw.
The throw, is important, I think. We'll go on to the other thing on his kit. There's actually quite a lot of superpowers on his kit, so it's hard to know what he's going to be spending his power on right now. But I think this is primarily it's a throw, you know, attack because you only get 1 extra dice over the builder. So
that's right, exactly.
You're using this for the throw, I think.
Okay, but you're making a good point about the superpowers because this is kind of an attack as well. So he's got a pounce. So this is 3 cost, which is pretty standard. And you can throw him short. Now, keep in mind, he's a medium base, so that's quite far. And it does not suffer damage if it collides with another character or terrain feature, and it can only be used once per turn. So the point of this is what I'm trying to say is for 3 costs, you can either do the spender or you can do the pounce. And the pounce is a guaranteed 4 damage, right? Because he's size 3.
Yes. That's a good point, actually. There's probably some dice maths there, which we don't go into dice maths on this podcast, but there's probably some interesting maths there, because if you just want to do damage, if you don't care about the throw, you're just going to, you know, deal as much damage as possible. Lethal, lycanthrope, you're rolling 7 dice. So let's say, I don't know what average that is. Let's say it's 3 or 4 damage, right? On a good roll. But the pounce, you're spending the same amount of power to guarantee the 4. So if you're just going for all out damage and you're within range 2, it means you can pounce instead. So that's probably the better thing to do.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Yeah. Or else at least just to get extra movement if you need to get yourself into the better position somehow. You know,
if you've been thrown away by another werewolf, then you could jump back in.
Okay. His other active superpower is called Unearthly Howl. It is 2 power, very cheap. Choose an enemy character within 3, roll 4 dice. The character loses power equal to the number of crit, wild, and hit results. And for each skull rolled, the chosen character gains one of the following special conditions: slow or root. And a character can only be affected by the superpower once per turn. So that means you can do it multiple times, just has to be different targets.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's very hard to predict what the hell this is going to do, though.
Exactly. And it's only 4 dice. That's the thing.
4 dice. Yeah, 4 dice. Hit crit wild is a great trigger. That's the same as Rogue's, I forgot the name of it, but the power absorption thing.
Yeah, so it's 50%, basically.
50%? Okay, cool.
50%
and then
chance
a bonus,
per die.
a bonus thing for skulls, you're going to be giving out slow and root. And root is also in one of the top 3 conditions to give out, in my opinion.
Oh, God, yeah. Root is horrible.
Yeah, root's amazing. So, not bad. And yeah, it's per character around him. So, yeah, he's got so many good ways to spend power. This character, you could easily, like, if you're surrounded, it's range 3, so if you've got like 3 or 4 people around you, you can pay 6 to 8 power and just have a go on all of these, you know?
Yeah.
Give, you know, maybe sap some power. Yeah, it's interesting.
I think that's what people like about him more than the attacking is that they like to get a lot of howls off and just cause a lot of problems. I mean, you know, like witty banter, for instance, with Spider-Man is a bit of a nuisance, you know, not always helpful, but, you know, always kind of a nuisance. And so I feel like this is kind of the same thing. Yeah. It may not do anything, but in many cases, losing this power, putting up some roots or a slow on somebody who's long mover, can be quite devastating for just 2 power.
Yeah, I don't know what the math is exactly, but I feel like you can probably quite reliably use this to sap 2 power, right? That's probably quite fair. 4 dice, hit crit wild,
yeah, sure.
2 power. So it's basically the same as Deadpool's Merc with a Mouth, where you can sap 2 power. which is great. It's a really good superpower, but this has the added thing of like, it might do more and you might get the odd skull. So actually, yeah, this is quite good.
Yeah. Okay, and then he's got a reactive superpower called Midnight Massacre. This one costs 3 power. After an attack against this character is resolved, it can use the superpower. If the attacker is within range 3, this character can make a savage slash, that's his builder, targeting the attacker. This superpower can only be used once per turn. These are always great. So it's the attacker has to be within 3, and savage slash happens to be 3. So you can always basically do it. And these kind of things. This is kind of why Dracula is so good in many respects, and he gets to do it as well.
Yeah, the scariest thing of this spooky Halloween themed box are these clapbacks that Dracula and Werewolf have.
Yeah,
the ability to hit you back. It makes him a really good candidate for Warpath as well. It's a tactics card that lets you, after you've been damaged by attack, you can move short towards the attacker. So hilariously, he's got 2 mystic defense. So a lot of the psychic characters like Emma Frost, Cassandra Nova, Jean Grey, I think, has a range 4 mystic attack. They can hit him outside of range 3, and then he can do like surprise, Warpath, move in, and then savage slash into them, which is pretty funny. Yeah. So yeah, pretty cool.
And the last bit on his card is he's got healing factor 2, which is quite nice, especially with 7 hit points. He's going to survive typically, and so that means the healing factor will actually come into play quite often. Yeah. So, but overall, this character has been rather polarizing, I think, in Midnight Suns community.
Mm-hmm.
I tried him out a bit to be like a mobile aspect to my team.
Yeah.
And it was okay, but it was it didn't feel like 5 threat worth of okay.
Yeah, it doesn't read like 5 threat.
No.
I've not played him enough to know. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on his card. He can clearly spend power really well. It doesn't scream 5 threat to me though.
Yeah, and so he's hard to fit in because of that. And, what is he doing compared to some of the other characters in the team? He's a damage dealer and he's mobile. I find that I was using him on D maps basically to try to get around a bit between the pounce and his medium move, medium base kind of a thing. Sometimes I also tried him out as a diver. I used to have him dive on B maps.
Yeah, I asked Archie plays a lot of Werewolf by Night, and I asked him for some tips, and he mentioned turn 1 he can move, bump, and then attack someone on a back B or F map. Yeah, which is cool if you get the wild, because he then places onto that point and he's contesting. Yeah, it's quite scary, and this is a scary character to have on your backline because he takes quite a lot to bring down.
Mm-hmm.
And with Healing Factor 2 and Midnight Massacre, it's like he's kind of challenging you. You better kill him or he's going to hurt you. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So definitely worth trying and figuring out how to best use him. But you definitely have to kind of try to get the most out of him with that 5 threat.
Yeah, definitely.
I wonder what kicks him over into the 5 threat range. You think it's just the whole suite of different things?
He's got a lot going on. Pounce is great, right? Thor 2 has been a menace with his pounce, and this costs 1 more than that now. So that the pounce is great. Clapback is very good. He synergizes well with characters like Mephisto, who can be like, oh, you're attacking him now, and he's going to hit you back. So I think in the right circumstance, you'll really feel the 5 threat on this guy.
Yeah.
Obviously, medium base makes him great in Midnight Suns for the bump.
Yeah. Okay. As you can see, I'm not trying to be down on him, but I haven't figured out where he best fits, or even if he's a good splash elsewhere. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Archie says the howl is amazing, so he really likes the howl, like you said.
I know.
And apparently, a good turn for him is to attack twice and howl, and maybe a pounce. So yeah, it seems like the howl is, I guess, I think it's like Merc with a Mouth and Unearthly Howl. They kind of reward you for really understanding the game because you need to know who to target and which characters need what amount of power. Because there are some characters you can completely ruin by stripping them of power, right?
Yep.
Like this guy doing an Unearthly Howl on Thor, draining him of enough power to do his pounce, maybe getting a skull and rooting him. That's like devastating. That's really bad. But some characters won't really care about that so much. So I think it's probably a bit of a skill expression model. Maybe that's why me and you can't see why he's great. We're both idiots.
Yeah, I think you're making good points though. I think that's the kind of thing you have to have in mind if you're going to try to get the most out of this guy.
Yeah, I think he's more than just words on a card. I think you need to play him, and he has some good play. He's also got a tactics card, right?
He does. Should we do it now because it's attached to him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't it?
It is called Phases of the Moon. It's unaffiliated, so you can take it wherever he goes, and it's reactive. At the start of the activation phase, Werewolf by Night can play this card, and he could choose one of the effects. So remember, the activation phase isn't his activation. It's as soon as you finish all the power phase stuff and you're about to start actually moving or activating characters, it's at that point that you have to play this card.
Yeah.
And you can choose one of the following effects on the card. It could be either the New Moon, which is the character must spend 1 power before using his Midnight Massacre superpower. So that's the one where he gets to attack back after he's been attacked. While this character is defending, if it is holding or contesting an objective token, it may reroll 1 die in its defense roll for each special condition the attacking character has. So it's got a negative aspect to it, right? Where it basically makes Midnight Massacre cost 1 more, right? Yeah. Okay. But when he's defending, as long as he's either holding a token or contesting a secure, it may he could reroll 1 die in its defense roll for each special condition the attacking character has. That seems like a lot of conditions.
Yeah, I think this is very what's the word? It requires a lot of setup, or you're building around it. I could imagine, if you're playing him with Dracula because of that bleed synergy, Dracula gives out a bunch of conditions, he gives out a bunch of conditions, so maybe you'll be getting a lot of rerolls. But I think you kind of need to build around it.
Yeah.
But paying one extra for Midnight Massacre is pretty rough.
Yeah. Okay. His other ability that you could choose is called Full Moon. This character cannot interact with, contest, or hold extract objection tokens. So that means he can still secure them. He can still secure a secure point, but he can't interact with that secure point.
No, he can't contest. Cannot interact.
Oh, there it is. Sorry. Yeah, he can't contest either.
So no points. Yeah.
No points at all. Sorry. Thank you. But while this character is attacking, it can reroll 1 die in its attack roll for each special condition the target has. Yeah, and this character gains the chosen effect for the remainder of the game. So, I mean, basically, if you're going to play this, you might as well play it. Well, you don't have to play it right away because you may want him to do some VP stuff early on. But,
that's true. Yeah.
You never know. But this is a lot of drawbacks for okay return.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think you need to plan this around a condition game plan.
Like the full moon. Would this work in APOC?
Yeah, I could see that working in APOC. Yeah. I mean, can you fit a 5 under Apocalypse?
Well,
maybe not.
This is the thing. Yeah,
but like,
not a horseman.
Even Thralls of Dracula, which I think Werewolf by Night fits in Thralls of Dracula really well because he's really good at giving out bleed already. Yeah. This is kind of cool because, he's going to be attacking loads. I like the second effect. I like that it makes him a non-point scoring model. So he's just going to be attacking recklessly. So he'll be giving out loads of conditions and then getting more and more rerolls, which is kind of cool. Of course, you need to be hitting characters with big health pools, because if you're hitting a bunch of like X-Men with 5 health, the conditions aren't going to be on there for much longer. You replace them. So like, it's quite good. Actually, maybe this is like a card that you take when you expect Hulk is going to hit the table.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Werewolf into Hulk and just keep hitting him and howling and just giving him conditions and then using this to get rerolls. That's quite good anti-Hulk tech, actually.
Yeah. So
obviously, Hulk, sorry, just to mention Hulk, it works on Hulk better because he has a huge health pool, so he'll hold on to those conditions for longer.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't taken this card. I just didn't feel it was worth it. But that's because I wasn't putting a condition game plan together.
Yeah.
So you need to do that, I think, to have this card be worthwhile.
I think so. I don't think Werewolf himself gives out enough conditions to really warrant it, except to maybe Hulk or She-Hulk.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah. Interesting, thematic, fun. We haven't seen anything like this before. You kind of get to choose a mode that your werewolf's in for the game. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool. You're definitely altering the way that basic character works quite significantly. Okay, let us move on to the other last character in the box. The one that everybody loves, including me. Oh my goodness. This character's nuts. Oh man, is he fun.
So I want to mention some. Can I mention some controversy before we do this?
Oh, okay.
So in Kantu, the Living Mummy, I was going to do some origin story stuff, but I don't know enough about this character.
You don't know Nkantu?
Well, he's from Egypt.
Okay, good. Yes, he's
and
a
that's
mummy
all I've
from
got,
Egypt.
really.
Yeah, okay.
But an interesting thing, he was at one point an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Whoa.
Coulson recruited him to join his Howling Commandos to fight Dormammu. So there was something called the all-new Howling Commandos, and Nkantu was one of them. So all of our S.H.I.E.L.D. friends thought that he was going to be S.H.I.E.L.D. affiliated, and he isn't.
Oh, yeah, he's only Midnight Suns.
Yeah.
Wow.
Devastated. Anyway, there you go.
Well, you know how it is. Another incarnation of the character will come around, and maybe that won't be.
Mate, I'm surprised Nkantu was in here once. I've never seen him in any Marvel property. We're not going to get a second version of him, surely. Maybe he'll get a card. Maybe we'll get Coulson one day, and he'll bring a card that like he gets to recruit Nkantu. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Oh, that would be fun, actually. Yeah. All right. So, Nkantu, the Living Mummy, also known as Nkantu, he is affiliated with Midnight Suns, as we stated. He's also on a small base, 35 millimeter. His stats are 4 physical, 2 energy, 4 defense, 4 mystic. So 4-2-4. He's got 5 health on both sides. He's size 2. He moves medium, and he's a 3 threat. 3 threat. What do you think of those stats?
I like this theme we have in the monster box of, Werewolf and Nkantu have clear weaknesses.
Yeah.
They both have 2 defenses on one of the stats, which I really like, because in monster stories, isn't that the whole shtick? That they're like immortal until you figure out all their one weaknesses? So
yeah,
I quite like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's flammable because he's made of paper. So that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense that he's energy weak.
I should mention that made of paper in the picture, by no means made of paper in the game. We'll get to that, but he is not made of paper.
Yeah, well, exactly. I was going to say, for a 3 threat, there's a couple things. Having only 5 hit points seems not great, but not out of the ordinary. But you'd want a 6-5 or a 5-6 typically. But he only has 5-5, but we're going to come back to why that might be the case. But his defense stats, aside from the energy one, 4 physical, 4 mystic is quite good.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So, whenever you come across a 2 defense die thing, it's not great, but it's not the end of the world either in this game.
Yeah, people worry about it too much. Like, I mean, we play a lot of Beast, right? And the 2 energy defense rarely really comes up. Mm-hmm. It's not a big deal, really. You know, you might want to avoid some matchups, like maybe don't take this guy into Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're all energy, but like, yeah, it's fine. I wouldn't cry about it too much, having 2 energy defense. Beast does just fine.
Okay. Now we're going to come back to why we think the 5-5 hit points is not a big deal as we get into his superpowers. So, but first, let's look at his attacks. He's got 2 attacks. The first one is a physical attack called Swarili. Swarili?
That's the tribe he's from, I think.
That would make sense.
Scanning the Wikipedia.
Okay. Swarili Strike.
Yeah, belonging to the Swarili tribe.
Okay. So that's interesting.
Africans. There you go.
Okay. It is only range 2, and it is 5 dice at 0 cost. It's his builder. He gets power equal to the damage dealt. If he gets a wild trigger, it's a push. After the attack resolves, if the target character is size 3 or less, push the target away short. And he's got another trigger, which is a wild hit one called Mummy's Curse. After this attack is resolved, the target character gains the Hex special condition. So this is quite good. I mean, the attack, 5 dice and size range 2 is nothing to write home about. Push is quite nice, especially because it's size 3, which you wouldn't expect from a 3 threat. And it's way short, which is pretty typical. And although the trigger is a little hard to get for Mummy's Curse, we were just talking about how a Hex is a good special condition to put out.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, the rest of his kit we'll get to, I don't think he's going to be using this attack very much.
I agree. I don't know, like once or twice tops in many games.
When things have gone south and there's someone stood next to him.
Yeah, exactly. The attack he uses most often, and we'll talk about why in a moment, is called Sever Soul. It's a mystic attack. It is range 4, which is fantastic. It's 6 dice, also fantastic, but it costs 2 power. After the attack is resolved, if damage was dealt, this character gains a captured soul token.
Ooh,
What's this? Yeah, captured souls. Well, let's find out. So, first of all, I'm just saying about this attack. Okay, you don't know what the soul does, but okay, you get something if you do damage. That's fine. But range 4, 6 dice is fantastic for a 3 threat.
Yes, definitely.
And you get something for it. You get this soul. You don't get power, but you get this soul. So why is that important? So let's talk about the active superpower he's got called Living Death. It doesn't cost anything. This character may spend any number of captured soul tokens. For each captured soul token spent, this character may remove 1 special condition from itself, remove 1 damage from itself, or gain 1 power. And that's
very
the
flexible.
Key. That's exactly that. It's super flexible, and I end up paying for Sever Soul a lot by typically 1 power and 1 soul. And what's bizarre about that is that you get that soul back if you do damage.
Oh, can you spend tokens to do attacks?
Yeah, well, no, because you what you do is you do Living Death and you change 1 of your souls into a power.
Oh,
so now
okay.
Yeah. So now you've got your power phase power plus this power that you've just created, and that powers up the Severed Soul attack, which is 2 cost.
That's very cool, and then you get it refunded straight away.
Yeah, if you do damage, but yeah,
great.
It's very cool. So that's why you use it quite a bit, because you typically are able to pull that off.
Yeah.
But there's more. There's more.
But wait, there's more.
I'm just going to go down to one of his. I always forget the name of these superpowers. The
passives.
Passive superpower. It's called Anubis's Soul Harvester. When another character is dazed or KO'd, this character gains a captured soul token. You can have a maximum of 3 captured soul tokens at any time. So this is why this is so nuts, is that whenever he or anyone else, it's whether your friend or is your enemy, whether it's you did it or whether somebody else did it, doesn't matter. Anytime a character gets dazed or KO'd, this guy gets a soul.
Yeah.
And so you typically, a lot of times I'll get somebody else will go ahead of him. I'll get some souls off of their activations. Then I turn those souls into power, so I can do Sever Soul twice. It's very rare that I'm not able to do Sever Soul twice in any activation.
Yeah.
Because then, let's say you daze your target with Severed Soul, you get 2 souls back. You get
of course, because you dazed someone. Oh, that's cool. That's fun.
It's very fun. It might not be okay, to be honest. But it's super fun, and it's very frustrating for your opponent. They're not happy as it is losing a guy, and then you get all this cool stuff off of them.
Yeah, that's misery. Cool. I like that a lot. It's like if you're playing a video game, you daze someone, and just like a bunch of loot has popped out, and you're just like sucking up all the loot. Like, thank you, I'll take those captured souls. Thank you. Yeah, great.
Yeah. So his other way to spend souls is a reactive superpower called Undead Empowerment. Again, it doesn't cost anything. But while this character is attacking, at the end of the modified dice step, so after you've seen all the results of your crits and everything blowing up, you can use this superpower. Spend 1 or more capture soul tokens. For each soul token spent in this way, this character may count 1 skull in its result as a wild for the remainder of the attack roll.
Very cool.
So basically, you get free hits for the souls. And like I said, you don't have to gamble at all. You wait till the end, see if you got any skulls in it, see if you need to get a skull, to do more damage for something important, and only then do you have to actually spend the soul.
So it's when you see the result.
Yeah.
It's the best time.
It's the best time.
It counts as a wild, so it will work on your triggers if you end up doing your builder.
Yep.
Pretty great. Yeah, it's pretty great.
So those are the ways he can spend souls. He can do it to improve his attacking. He can remove special conditions from himself. He can remove damage from himself, or he can give himself a power. It's great. It's unreal.
What I like about that as well is Sever Soul, you get a captured soul token if you deal damage with that attack. So you can see the full result of like what's the dice result, and then you can go, I need to push some damage through. So I'll spend some captured souls to turn these skulls to wilds to push the damage through to get a captured soul back. It's pretty cool.
Yep. So it's as if you didn't spend them at all.
Yeah.
Other passive superpowers he's got is called Alchemical Curse of Nephrus. When this character would suffer damage, reduce the amount suffered by 1 to a minimum of 1. And so this is where his 5 hit points doesn't feel as bad, because first of all, he's got decent defense stats as long as it's not energy, and then on top of that, he's got damage reduction 1, and can heal himself. So unless your opponent dedicates putting attacks into this guy, usually what ends up happening is he survives, and then I start using souls to heal myself back up again over the next round or two.
There's another character that's like, if you don't kill him, he's going to be a problem.
Yes.
Just like Werewolf, because they can just do so much stuff to get back in the game.
Because if you don't kill him, you've now damaged him enough that he's got loads of power. So that means he's not going to use his souls to make power. Instead, he's going to use his souls to do damage. To remove damage from himself.
Remove damage, yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
Right? So then he uses the normal power that he's got to do the severed soul attacks. So he can do 2 of those. And that means each time he does one of those, if he does damage, he's going to get souls back. So like you can burn some souls to heal yourself to begin with if you're capped at 3. Then do the severed soul attacks, get those souls back, and then use them again to continue healing yourself.
God, that's great. I can see why I've accidentally dealt with this guy whenever I played against him by ignoring him completely and just hope he goes away. Because you're right. If you don't daze him, he just does all that shenanigans and he's basically back at full health and has done a bunch of damage. Yeah, that's pretty great actually. Wow. Now
he's in Midnight Suns, so he gets a bump on top of this.
Yes.
And so he's the fantastic beast back point sitter.
Yeah.
He bumps forward, does his couple of attacks, and then heals himself up or whatever. It's the flexibility on this guy is what's so wonderful about him.
It's great. What I like about it as well is he's a back point sitter who is still building up, even though he's not interacting with the game because other people are dazing. They're dazing, getting tokens, and he's just going, great. Well, when I do activate, I get to do loads of stuff because I've got all these tokens here.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty great.
Last thing he's got is a bunch of immunities. He's immune to bleed, hex, and poison.
Nice. That means he's a robot. That's the rules. If you're immune to bleed and poison, it makes you a robot.
Sort of is, I guess.
What a stacked card, by the way.
Yeah.
There's a 3 threat.
I'm a little concerned that he's not going to survive.
Every line is like pretty cool. Everything on it is just great.
The only thing that's problematic about him is his 2 energy defense, but you really can't complain about that.
Yeah. Also, living death and undead empowerment, they're 0 cost superpowers, meaning if you root him, he has to pay for them.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
That's a weakness as well. If you get a root on him, that's pretty great.
Sure.
But
that's in general about root.
Root's just great everywhere.
Yeah, but it'll slow him down, slow all this train of excitement down.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he hates Pyro because Pyro's an energy attacker with root. But pretty great. What a good card.
Yeah. So he's got 1 Texas card attached to him called Service to Anubis. This is unaffiliated, so you can take it whenever you take him. And it's an active card, and it takes an action. Okay, so this is one of these new syntaxes on the cards called active action.
You spend an action to do this attack,
Yep. During the mummy's activation, he can spend 2 power or more to play this card, and then he makes the attack shown above. Okay, this is one of those deals where he basically, instead of doing one of his normal attacks, he can spend 2 or more and do this attack instead. And it's only once per game, naturally, because then the card goes away. So let's see if this attack is worth it. It's a mystic attack called Soul Storm. It's area star range. The area of the attack is equal to the number of captured soul tokens this character has. So he's capped at 3. So the most area of effect that this thing has is 3, which is good, but that's quite a few souls. Although he has a lot. So to help you explain how I use him, I don't often have 3 souls, but that's because I'm cashing them in and taking them up all the time. You know what I mean? So I get a lot of souls. It's just that I'm using them at the same time. So it's not so easy to have 3. As not to say make that sound like bad, but it's just
it's great. It's a good thing because you're spending them. You got so many good things to spend them on. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So he could have a range effect of area 3 at most. Then the power is 0 and the number of dice it has is 0. But that's because you add dice to each attack roll made as part of this attack equal to the amount of power spent to play this card. So it's going to be a minimum of 2 dice because it says you have to spend at least 2. Could be more. After all attacks are resolved from this area attack, remove all captured soul tokens from this character. And if he gets a wild and hit trigger, it's Mummy's Curse again, which is after each attack is resolved, the target character gains the Hex special condition. So the way I read this card is it's basically what you're paying for is a area of effect attack. But I feel like I never use this card because it's just too weak. I don't usually have that much power on me. Again, because I'm usually spending it on Severed Souls all the time.
Yeah.
So like all I would want to spend this on would be if there's, an area effect around me that I want to do. But, you need quite a bit of power. You need at least to spend 5 power to make it a normal X-Men attack.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess you are spending 2 to play it, right? So you can add 3 to it. Like you say, the absolute best case scenario is that you have 3 soul tokens and 10 power, and you spend literally everything to do a 10 dice area 3, which is pretty cool. Not bad, but it means he ends up with no power and no souls because it's after all the attacks have resolved. So even if you kill a bunch of people with this attack, you don't get the souls, or you will, but you then lose them all at the end. So, it's fine. I think that we were so happy with his card that you just want to spend every soul, every bit of power on him just playing his card, his like actual character card.
Yes.
I don't think you need this at all. He's already an incredible character, and he can spend all his stuff on much better things.
Have you seen him played in different affiliations as a splash?
In Shield. Because he's a gun at the back, right? Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I guess the guy was making a point that he should be in Shield.
Yeah.
Not bad. I actually think that while we were reading that card, I was thinking Asgard because he teams up with Hela really well because you got that kind of like soul sucking thing going on. Because Hela also gets captured souls when someone dazes, so you're getting 2 souls on 2 characters. Pretty cool. But then I realized Hela is amazing in Midnight Suns.
Exactly. I was just going to say that's where you're going.
Yeah, so 2 power return means she can move to the midline, grab an extract, and then move back. So she's her and Beta Ray Bill, right, are the only characters that can do that because they're Asgardians and they get 2 power return. So that's pretty cool. If you like Hela and you want to kill stuff, Hela is a safe grab who then stands at the back, maybe on one flank, and then Encantu is on the other flank, and then the rest of your team go off and daze and KO a bunch of people. And they get their soul tokens, and they're both generating them. And there's a cool little theme going on, that you're just sucking up all these souls.
That's a good point. I'm just looking at her card, and it's exactly the same ability, Captured Soul.
Are they called the same thing?
Yeah, I'm just looking at it. It's called Captured Souls. I didn't realize that.
Oh, so can they both... Hang on. Does that work then? Because they got the same name?
I think so.
Captured Souls. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Nothing that says everyone has 1 soul, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't want to rationalize it.
No, don't think about it too hard.
All I can say about the Mummy is he's been fantastic. I mean, he's pretty much stapled into your rosters when you play Midnight Suns now. Oh yeah. I mean, I would never want to leave home without him in my bag.
Yeah. Well, he's an affiliated 3-threat, right?
Exactly. He's a 3-threat, which is very helpful. He's affiliated. Midnight Suns wants to be killing stuff. It's a mid-range type team, so it's not all about killing, but quite a bit of killing. Yeah. And so that means he's going to get a lot of souls because of that. He also he could stay in the fray. In desperation, sometimes I use him as a midline grab because he won't necessarily...
he's quite tanky.
Quite tanky, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
As long as it's not against a energy attacker.
Yeah.
So there's so much flexibility, and he does so much different than the rest of the Midnight Suns that I always find him valuable.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, that's him on the Blade, right? So your Blade core is then like Blade, Immortal Hulk, and Encantu. That is a strong core, right? Yeah. That is 2 amazing characters and a really, really great leadership.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. Shield sounds like a good idea. I know where else. What kind of where would you want to see somebody who can shoot Mystic like this?
Well, we should be considering Elsa here too as the new Midnight Suns leader. So that's Elsa Bloodstone, you can pay a power before you do your attack, and you could do things like give out a root, which is really cool. Boom is like an area damage, so it's quite good for his long range gun. And I guess maybe the captured souls will help because he has a bit of help paying an extra power for stuff.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yes, that's a good idea.
He's probably pretty good under Elsa, which is fun.
Yeah.
Who else likes mystic guns? Who likes guns? Shield like guns. Convocation.
Yeah.
Yeah, Convocation. Oh yeah, because also Ironbound books. Oh no, because aren't they? They don't like energy weakness.
They're weak to energy. The Convocation people. So he fits right in.
Yeah, true. Oh yeah, thematically he fits in perfectly. But yeah, so yeah, Ironbound books. Yeah, if he gets hit with an energy attack during that, he's still weak to it. That doesn't protect him. But
right.
Yeah, pretty cool. And Kansu, just a great 3-threat, really. Mm-hmm. Just really, really good. Back point setter. Probably an upgrade from Bullseye. You know, if you're usually taking Bullseye and you've got a bit of extra threat, maybe you upgrade Bullseye to this guy, which is definitely worth a threat extra, right? Yeah, pretty cool.
All right. Let us move into Sleeve It or Heave It.
But before we do that, that is the end of the monsters box, Norbert.
Oh, yeah.
Is there any overarching thing you want to say?
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, gosh. Okay. I think it's
4 whole characters we've been talking about, and you've played most of them.
I have. I played Thralls of Dracula, so using Dracula in his own affiliation, and I've used all 3 of the other characters in Midnight Suns, so Frankenstein's monster, werewolf, and mummy. It's a fantastic box. I think it gives a lot of interesting options to people. I mean, some people like to run Dracula in Midnight Suns. I don't particularly like to do that, but it is definitely valid. And also, if you want to play Dracula, it will. That's also an interesting affiliation that you can build around. I don't think it's been unlocked just yet, so there isn't some clear builds, but it is interesting and fun to play. Actually,
everyone play Drax. Drax is great.
Yeah, Drax is good. Yeah. So you can listen to our previous episode if you have not heard it yet, and you can hear our review of those ones. I think it's a really good value box. As I said, Dracula is good as a splash in Midnight Suns, or he could be a leader of his own affiliation. The Mummy is just nuts in Midnight Suns, and probably in a number of places that we suggested. Werewolf by Night is for big brain players who can figure out how to use his suite.
His howl is very important there, I think. Yeah.
The only one that is less fun, unfortunately, is Frankenstein's monster. We talked about him. We talked about why for that guy.
Adam.
Yeah, Adam. You could still use him, though. It's not the end of the world. It's just that you have all these other good choices.
His card's good. Hideous Monster is good.
Hideous Monster is really nice.
If you got him around, that is a good card to bring. So yeah, not bad.
So overall, I think it's a good box, and certainly wakes up the Midnight Suns. They are wrecking it right now in the MCP community. So
big time. Yeah, and the new Crisis changes. The current maps that we're playing on are very friendly for Midnight Suns because they're more brawly. Midnight Suns weren't the best EMAP team, like Gamma Demons team, because they're a better sort of all-out killers. Midnight Suns are very mobile with the Blade leadership, so the new Crisis really helped them because it's kind of not a concentrated fight. They can jump in and out. Immortal Hulk, I think, is currently the best character in the game. Just absolutely terrifying.
Oh, wow.
I'm so scared of him. Yeah, well, he's a 7 threat. He basically can't die. He's terrifying. So yeah, and then he's got a large base. So under the Blade leadership, he's incredible and can get anywhere he wants whenever. So yeah, I think that Midnight Suns they're my vote for the best affiliation for someone joining MCP. Personally,
I can totally see that. They're fun. Yeah. They are mildly difficult to figure out, which means that there's a nice challenge there, but not overwhelming.
Yeah.
They do a bit of everything. They do a bit of scenario play. They do a bit of fighting. Midnight Suns is definitely what I'm high on right now.
Yeah, for sure. And they just got a new leader, Elsa Bloodstone.
Her leadership I'm less high on, but we'll come to that box. We'll come to that box.
Yeah. She's all right. She's got unlimited hit and run, which is pretty fun.
Yeah.
We'll get to that one. But I think Midnight Suns absolute stocks up right now. Stonks, absolutely, it's time to play them. If you like creepy, spooky monsters, then you should pick them up and try them out. So yeah, I'm glad we got through that box. We finally did it. I've been dreading these episodes for months, and now I'm really looking forward to going back to talking about actual superheroes. There's my beef. I'm really glad everyone's having fun with the monsters and stuff, but I don't understand why you would come to a superhero game and then play with a werewolf and Dracula. But whatever. Have fun with them. We've done them now. Now we can move on to talking about people with capes. Sleeve it or heave it.
Sleeve it or heave it. Take it or leave it. Sleeve it or heave it. Can't you believe it?
All right. So tonight you've chosen Magnetic Refraction. Let's tell folks.
I haven't. That's the card that gets played. I've chosen Magnetic Crush.
Oh, Magnetic Crush. Oops. Yeah. Sorry. See, look at me. I fall into the trap as it is magnetic.
There are 2 Magneto cards that have the word magnetic in.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yes. Refraction is very good. Magnetic Crush never gets played. So I wanted to talk about it.
Let's hear it. Tell us, tell the folks at home about Magnetic Crush.
All right, I will. And also bear in mind that across the Bifrost, we are, the top cream of the crop of MCP podcasts, probably. So we have some insider knowledge. So there's a reason I'm bringing this card up. So just bear that in mind and buy a ticket to a GT this year. So Magnetic Crush.
That's a nice foreshadowing. I do like that.
Hey man, we've got all this insider info. We might as well sizzle a bit, get the people excited. This is why they listen to Across the Bifrost. So yes, Magnetic Crush. Bear in mind, caveat, I'm not saying this card's good, but it's real cool. So Magnetic Crush is a range 4 6 dice attack for 0 power. It's an unaffiliated card, so you can take this wherever Magneto goes, though he tends not to leave Brotherhood, which makes sense. Although he's affiliated to
he's a Cabal,
Hellfire, or maybe Cabal,
Prince?
Hellfire
Cabal.
Club these days, I think too. No, hang on,
no.
Is he not?
Get out of here!
Hang on,
You know what? I can see.
He is.
Yeah.
Brotherhood, Cabal, Hellfire. Yeah.
Wow.
There you go. So you can take this with him if you want. Right. Magneto may spend 5 power to play this card. There's a lot of power. And he can use the attack listed above once. So I played this wrong in my first ever tournament at Bad Moon. I thought this was a free attack. This actually costs an action.
Okay, yeah, sure.
If a card says they may immediately use the attack, then it's not an action. That is like mental domination. That is a free attack. This will cost an action. When creating the dice pool for this attack, you may destroy any number of interactive terrain features of size 3 or less within 2 of the target character. If you do, add dice to the attack equal to all destroyed terrain features sizes combined. Before damage is dealt, other characters within 2 of the target character suffer 1. So thematically, this is great. You're basically picking a target and you're just smashing all the terrain they're stood next to into them, which is really fun.
It's a basic 6 threat to start with. Sorry, 6 dice to start with. So if you get a size 2 in there, that's already 8 dice. Nice.
Yeah. Pretty cool. So doesn't get played much, I think, because Magneto has possibly the best builder in the game because he can reroll any in a certain range. It's amazing. And with 5 power, Magneto can throw like a size 2 size 2s or a size 4 and have a power left. Like, he spends his power exceptionally well. And also he has Magnetic Refraction, which is an amazing card, which costs 1. So he spends his power much better in other ways, which I think is why you don't really see this card. And also it's real niche. Like some tables are real packed with terrain, but how often do you see more than 2 pieces of terrain within 2 of each other? So I think...
Yeah, it says as many, but it's likely just to be 1 piece that gets blown up.
Yeah, it's within 2 of the target character, to be fair, so it could be 2 pieces. But how often are you in the middle of 3 pieces
between
of terrain?
2 pieces,
right? Between
even 2 pieces.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's especially 2 big pieces. Like because you might be next to like a building and a lamppost, but we're counting the size here, so that's only 4 extra dice.
Yeah,
so not that good.
It's 5 power is the problem.
Costs 5 power, which is a lot. It is a range 4 attack, and Magneto has trouble with long ranges, so that's quite nice. But anyway. I'm not saying this card's good. I'm saying this card is worth being aware of. It exists, and it might come up at a GT near you this year. There's some special cards coming out. So, cool card. Maybe not worth playing unless you end up. Maybe take it in your 10, and if you end up on a completely stacked terrain table. Do you remember that French tournament we went to, Norbert, where there was way too much terrain on every table? And they were like, we just like playing like this. I was like, great. Wish I'd brought
Magnetic Crush.
Magnetic Crush would be great there. So, Also, I just realized one cool thing. At the start in the power phase, Magneto brings in a construct. So he brings in a size 2 piece of terrain himself.
So he can sort of control when he has terrain nearby.
Say they're stood near a size 3. He can,
but what's the range of that? Range 3 that you put it?
Range 3.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So a little shorter than this thing.
Could be kind of cool. But again, it's Magneto. He's probably better off just throwing the size 3 at the because he's the best terrain thrower in the game. Anyway, cool card, very thematic. Take it to a fun day where you're playing fully, affiliated or something. That would be cool.
Cool. All right. This was a very sharp and what do you go? Not quick and dirty. How do they say in Britain? Sharp and short and sharp.
No, short and sweet. Short and sweet. Short. Yeah.
But that's because it was just these are good characters.
They're good characters, and they're not superheroes, so I didn't have much to say.
You know what? We also forgot to do all the different types of tournaments that are coming up.
Oh, let's do some now.
Yeah. Okay. Let me call up the sheet. I just finished. By the way, everybody, I put a sheet together for European events that are 2 days or more in Europe. I'm just doing it for Europe because the Americans have their own thing. And you can find it at tinyurl.com/MCP events Europe. I think that's what it's called. I'll double check that in a moment. Discord taking its time loading up. In fact, let me go ahead and try to put that into the damn.
I've just done it. I'm doing it for you. It worked. Oh my god, it worked. Well done.
Hey, hello. Hey,
we can see all the events.
Yeah. So it's a calendar of all the events happening in Europe that are either 2 or 3 days long. So go to that and check out, and hopefully take some time to go to one of these events. So what do we have coming up? We have April has a lot of events, all happening on the 12th and 13th for some reason. There's one in Ireland, one in Denmark, one in Finland, and the one we're going to, the Comic-Con in Paris. It's a GT in Paris that we're going to go to. Then in May, of course, we have the Mutant Weekender Extinction Protocol. That is happening the 17th to 18th of May. We'd love you to have that, to come to that in
come
London.
to that. The prizes are crazy. My living room is currently filled with prizes, more prizes than I've ever seen at an event. And we ran an event in January that had the most amount of prizes I've ever seen at an event. So we got loads of prizes. You should definitely come to that.
Another event in France happening that same weekend called Mini Legends 2. The Austrian Championship is happening May 3rd to 4th. But the next one that we're running after the Mutant Weekender is the UK Games Expo. Hey, what's this, Jamie? This is new news.
This is a convention up in Birmingham with loads of board games and other kind of games there to check out. But most importantly, we'll be there running the MCP area. There is an event on the Friday, which is a 3-round kind of like warm-up event. AMG will be in attendance. I'm going to try and convince them to come play around. See if we can play against AMG. And then on the Saturday and Sunday is the big GT. Big old GT. So all the fancy prizes. There's some really cool prizes that AMG are bringing out just for that. That'll be the first way to get hold of them in the UK. Will be that event.
Cool. Then in June, we're going to, I'm going to the Swedish Wind event in Malmö, Sweden. This is the 7th to 8th of June. Barcelona has a event the same weekend. And then later in the month, the 28th and 29th, London is holding its own official AMG MCP GT in West London. So we're running our GT in Darksphere on the 28th to 29th of June.
There you go. If you can't bother to go to Birmingham, go to London instead.
Yeah. So loads going on in London. We're doing stuff in May, and in early June, and in late June. So it's hopping time for MCP in London.
Yeah, there you go. It's also worth shouting out the WTC, which stands for World Team Championship. That is on the 25th and 26th of October. Yep. There's currently a few weeks left to get your deposits in for that. It's a 5-person team event. There is a Discord for it. You can just ask. We'll put a link in the Across the Bifrost Discord. But if you haven't played in a team event before, it is the best way to play MCP, right, Norbert?
Oh, absolutely. It is so much fun, especially because you take so much time to work out rosters with one another and hang out, trying to figure out how we're going to do pairings and things like that. It's a great, what I'm trying to say is it's more than just going to the event. It's all the build up to the event that makes it really special.
Yeah, exactly. And there is a special channel on the WTC Discord, which will help you find a team. And there's loads of people in there, like ringers, who are just joining random teams. And last year we had a few English people that randomly just like played for Denmark and played for Ireland just to sort of help them make the numbers up. So yeah, if you want to attend that, it's the big one. It is the biggest Europe tournament. You definitely should try and be there if you're interested in MCP, and don't be scared off because it's a team tournament. There's loads of people that want you to join their team. So, and everyone gets a cool little jersey for their team, and you should join in on that.
It's a whole thing. All right. How can people tell us what we got wrong, Jamie?
They can go on Discord and they can tag Dr. Norbert and they can say, "Hey, you got it wrong again." Turns out Werewolf is pretty good, actually, and you let him know. So, yes, that's on our Discord. There's a link to that in the description below this episode, probably somewhere on the internet. And you can subscribe to our Patreon as well, where we're doing exclusive Patreon episodes. We actually just recorded my favorite one of those we've ever done, Norbert, with Pat Dunford. He's back.
Yeah,
he came back.
The Podfather.
The Podfather is back. Ensabar Noor, the first one, he's back. So he came on to talk about his Apocalypse roster. and managed to make the most complicated roster building puzzle in MTP sound really straightforward and made me really excited to play Apocalypse. So if you want to learn how Apocalypse works, who apparently is fantastic on the new Crises, turns out.
Yes.
Another affiliation that didn't like EMAPs, but really like these kind of tighter brawl scenarios. Then subscribe to our Patreon. It's something stupid like £3, which is like $4 or something a month. And it helps us keep Norbert smiling.
I do like money. All right. Thank you so much, Jamie, for all of that. Oh, also, we have a pets channel. Get your pets in there. Jamie hates pets. And
I put pets in there. I'm in it now.
You're just doing that as a beard. It's just a beard.
They're actually not my dogs. So I actually just, part-time.
You're like the people, you take the pictures out of the picture frames from the shop. It's just some random family.
So they've got some friends,
random pet of some other family.
There you go.
So post your pets in there to aggravate Jamie. All right. Until next time, everybody. Cheers. I've gotten so bad.
You've forgotten the catchphrase.
I was screwed it up. Until next time, cheers and happy gaming.
Nice.